Splatoon Raiders. Man, oh man, did I get into this game. Splatoon Raiders released for the Nintendo Switch 2 on July 23rd, 2026, and it's basically the only game I've been thinking about since release. It's quickly become one of my favorites on the Nintendo Switch 2. Notable mentions to Donkey Kong Bonanza and Pokemon Legends EA, but it really has that addictive quality to it, and I just cannot stop playing it. The game really has that one more run feel to it that I've grown to like in games like Diablo, Monster Hunter, Borderlands, you name it. And man, does it really have that one more run feel to it. Levels are quick, they can be long, they're definitely difficult at times, there's tons of enemies on the screen, it really pushes the limits of what I thought the Switch 2 could do in terms of particle effects on screen, but it's really just a ton of fun. It's a blast, and I have been into it basically nonstop. The progression system's a lot of fun. You start out with basically nothing, and then you slowly build your character up like these games tend to be. It's definitely blown the doors off of what I wanted in terms of Salmon Run 2.0, and or I guess 3.0 in this case, because it's in Splatoon 2 and 3. But there's customization. You get your relic powers, you get your tank powers, you get tank gadgets, you get tons of different types of weapons. You can customize what your character looks like with clothing and hair and stuff, and it really lets you use your playstyle to your advantage in order to conquer more and more and more levels. I will say I wish there was a little more customization, but I get that you're stranded on an island, so there's only so much you can do. I always loved Splatoon's customization in terms of clothing and really bringing out your own personality into the game. So I'm hoping maybe we'll get DLC for Splatoon Raiders, or maybe a Splatoon Raiders 2, and they'll further explore that. The tank I had the most fun with was definitely the speed tank. I really just like to go fast. I use the zip wire a ton. It's just exhilarating to shoot across the screen and hit a bunch of enemies when you explode into them. I use the jump bomb to maintain height and distance from enemies. And then eventually I was able to throw on the turret from the tactical tank and have a little fun combination. So I always had turrets doing some chip damage on enemies or on flyers while I was zooming around the course essentially. And it's a good time. I think the speed tank might be the most broken tank in the game. A lot of people like the tactical one as well. Power was fun while I was leveling a little bit. I did start with that one, but then as soon as I got speed, it quickly got outclassed. At this point in the game, I've done pretty much everything there is to do. I've gotten all of the gun relic powers except for 10. I've completed all of the gadgets. I've gotten past floor level 100 in the bottomless buffet. I did all of the levels on super spicy. I've got all the outfits except the arcade one and the relic one. I'm probably not doing the arcade one because somehow those mini games are harder than some of the levels in this game. Not for the weak of heart if you're gonna go for that one. I applaud you if you do that. But it's been a good time. I really have put in a lot of time into this game. I think I'm at 40 hours or 35 or something like that already. I'm probably gonna grind out the 10 missing relic powers I need just to get the pilot outfit. My buddy Ted258 in my Discord went for that and he grabbed it. And we played basically the whole game co-op. You can play the entire game after the first few tutorial levels start to finish in co-op if you so choose. There is a difficulty scaler, so if you have more people in your party, enemies are harder and take a little more health to kill. I think it also does increase loot, but don't quote me on the loot part. But it's just a ton of fun to play co-op. You can play with up to 4 players, and we basically did every level start to finish. Both the ending boss and then the secret boss in the bottomless buffet. And I had a good time. We had a blast. We did some of it in game chat, some of it in Discord, and it worked flawlessly. No disconnects, no issues, no lag, no nothing. This game really has a good replay value with it, and it has that endless feel if you're looking for that with a Monster Hunter where you can just jump on, play with randoms in a lobby, or join randoms to help out, or play with your buddies and just chat while you do some levels. And that's always been a lot of fun to me with any kind of game. I tend to stick more towards multiplayer games. I love single-player games, but I just can't get into them the same way I can with multiplayer, especially since I just like that community aspect, the ability to chat with people and hang out. So When stuff like that comes out, I'm all in. End of the day, Splatoon Raiders is addicting. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. I recommend it to anyone who has played Splatoon in the past, or maybe if you haven't and you want to try it out and you feel like that endless loop cycle would be appealing to you. Bottomless buffet, you can just go on forever. You can get your levels up past level 50. I think the cap's probably 999. So you got some leveling there if you want to just endlessly grind. I am hoping for some DLC in the future to add even more content. We'll see. Or maybe we'll get a sequel. Who knows? I'm sure Nintendo will see the numbers and see that they have a nice spin-off title series on their hands that they can go with for the Splatoon universe. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for more content, more Nintendo Switch 2 videos, unboxings, news, etc. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.